analyzing the market. This is the only trade that I'm interested in today. The market is acting weird today. We have a lots of news that could come out in different pairs. For example, on the Canadian dollar, we have the interest rate decision today and the monetary policy report, which are both very important to decide the fate of the Canadian dollar in the next few days. And in my opinion, we're forming lots of liquidity through to the downside. We've taken these highs right here, as you can see, with this impulse through to the upside. And right now, we're impulsing into this liquidity right here. I'm just hoping that we get a little bit of a retracement before we push into this liquidity, as if we already pushed into the liquidity, I'm going to be discouraged in taking that trade. So I'm just waiting for the market to retrace a little bit, sell it down into this liquidity. You can also see like these bottoms, for example, right here that were formed. Let me just draw that. As you can see, the market wicked through this bottom, creating a double bottom here. So we have lots of liquidity through to the downside, while to the upside we formed this double top right here, and we cleared out the liquidity above here. So I'm more interested in seeing the Canadian dollar push through to the downside and grab this liquidity. Alright, so that's my trade for the day. Let's see how it goes. I have this bench right here, guys, right there, that I'm really getting lazy to build up, and I honestly don't know how to do that. Like, there's no instructions, there's just this, and I'm feeling really lazy to build it. It's been sitting here for like 2-3 weeks, I think, and just lazy to do that. I'm going to run just a little bit here before I go up and continue my day. So guys, I just received a question on Instagram in my DMs, and I thought the question was really smart that I had to share it with everybody here. Guys, the guy asked me that if there's a double top that happened 2 days ago, why do I consider this double top liquidity? Didn't the people who sold 2 days ago, didn't they already take profit if the market has already pushed far enough through to the downside, for example? Didn't they already take profits? And guys, you are absolutely right. Yes, they already took profits. However, when that double top formed, now people perceive this double top as a very big resistance line. So when the market comes back to that double top, to that strong resistance line, people are going to try to sell it again, which is going to introduce a lot of volume in the market. And this is why I still consider that double top to be liquidity, not because of the stop losses of the people who already sold, but because of the stop losses of the people who will sell now as the market comes back to that strong resistance points. I just wanted to clarify that, guys. When I look at the double top that already happened like 2 days ago and I call it liquidity, I don't mean that the stop losses of those double top traders that sold 2 days ago that will be liquidated. No, it's actually the stop losses of the people who are waiting for that retest again, who missed the first double top, that are going to sell again, place their stop losses there, and those people are going to be liquidated, which is going to introduce huge volume in the market, which is when I like to trade. By the way, it's the same if that double top is broken instead of retested. If the market went up, back up to a previous double top, for example, and it broke it through to the upside, I know that also people are going to be buying there and placing their stop losses to the downside. All I care about, guys, when I talk about liquidity, all I care about is that volume is going to be introduced into the market, and I like to trade in those areas, or take profits in those areas, or take partial profits on those areas. Those are the areas of my decisions. Anywhere else, I'm just watching the market and waiting for it to get into those areas. This is what I'm interested in. So mark those areas on your charts and just see how the market reacts to them, what happens at those areas, how you can trade those areas. I think this will be really beneficial for your trading career. So guys, as you can see here on CAD JPY, I just missed it by like a few pips here. That one hurt, and then it ran into my direction. I don't care, I'm just going to delete the order and then I'm going to move on with my life. However, I'll consider it as a good trade, like at least the direction of the market and the prediction for the interest rate decision, which pushed the market that low because the interest rate was lower than expected. it was supposed to be 4 and it was 3.75, I think. Let me just check what I'm talking about here. Right there today, I'm not going to filter everything. Instead, I'm going to do a search for CAD, and as you can see here, guys, bank interest rate decision, it was supposed to be 4% and it came out lower than expected, which pushed the Canadian dollar through to the downside here. And unfortunately, I missed this push through to the downside by a few pips. Guys, the most important lesson here is not that I missed the trade by a few pips. Of course, you can take a lesson from that I didn't re-enter emotionally, I just let it go. However, the most important lesson is that everything is pre-planned. Like, you think this interest rate decision is surprising and it was lower than expected, which pushed the market through to the downside. However, the liquidity was already being engineered through to the downside. Look at this trend line right here, through to the upside. People were buying right here. Look at this double bottom right here. Everything is already pre-planned. Liquidity was being engineered through to the downside, and just they used the news as an excuse here to drop the market further down into the downside, take out all this liquidity because the news was disappointing. Okay, so I just wanted to also tell you about that. So a lot of you guys wanted me to show you the garden that I always walk in when filming my stories, and here we are. Just wear something. And then this right here is the garden where I always take a walk, and look at that. Hello. Now that's not mine, even just a rude guest without even paying rent. So this is where I'd always like walk and film, and then this is how the house looks from afar. So that's it. You wanted to see it, so here it is. Guys, I was just having a conversation with a student of mine. I just had a session with him, and we had a really deep conversation about between hard work and choosing to work less for your family and spend time with them. And the reason why we went into this talk is because of me telling him that at some point, guys, I used to be a really hard worker, like work all day, do nothing. I used to live with my mother in the same house, and I oftentimes just ignored her to work all day, and even though we were living in the same house. However, I was always working for her, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm always working to give my mother everything she wants, to try to build that life that I always dreamed of, and give my family and the people I love whatever they want. However, at some point you realize that the people who you are working so hard for, you are pushing them away. Like, I used to live in the same house with my mother and ignore her all day because I was working all day, and you reach a point where you realize that, okay, you're ignoring the person that you're working so hard for, so is it actually worth it? And I remember my mother once told me, and it changed my mind about everything that I'm doing. She was like, what's the point of working hard for me now so you can provide me with everything that I want when I'm 70 years old, when you're not even spending time with me when I'm 40 years old? So it really hit deep when that was said to me, because it makes you like realize what we all do. What we all do is we work very hard for the people we love. However, we push them away while working hard for them, and it doesn't make sense when you think about it. Let the just train pass. So guys, I don't know what's the exact balance. I don't know what to tell you. However, I just know that if you're ignoring your family, if you're ignoring your partner, if you have a job and you're working a side hustle and just ignoring your kids and ignoring your wife to just like sit down and work hard all the time, this is not it. You should work hard and you should build a very bright future for your family. However, not in a way where you ignore all the people that you love, not in a way where you simply the people that you love are not even in your life. Like, I remember at some point, like, my girlfriend told me, I don't even think, I don't even believe, I don't even see that I have a boyfriend, because I'm away all the time. I don't answer the phone, I hang up all the time, and those are things that I'm not particularly proud to say. However, I was that person who never answers the phone, who's always hanging up, and who always like, I don't have time to talk, I'm always busy. Like, no, I can't talk on the phone now because I'm busy. No, I can't hang out right now because I'm busy. I can't do anything because I'm busy. And at some point, even she told me, and I used to like look at the people around me, and I wanted them to feel grateful. Like, I'm working for you, like, why don't you feel grateful? You should appreciate what I'm doing because I'm doing it for you. So even if we're not spending time together, like, you should appreciate what I'm doing for you because it's for you. And as I said, all the people around me at some point told me, like, what's the point of working so hard for me? And especially my girlfriend, for example, she told me this. She said, what's the point of working so hard for me if you're now pushing me away to the point that you're going to lose me? If you're actually working so hard for me, then what's the point? Just, guys, pay attention to the people around you, pay attention to your parents, don't ignore the people you love. This is my advice for you all. You need to work hard, yes. You need to build a future, of course, but don't ignore the people that love you the most and the people that you've decided to work for in the first place. Guys, I just finished working out this literally the next day, and I thought to myself, why not sit down and talk to you guys a little bit. Now guys, as you can see, the reality, the daily life of a successful person is not all about like supercars, flying your helicopter all the way to Dubai and coming back in 3 minutes, bitches, party animal, all that stuff. And if those are the things that you strive for, guys, those materialistic shit, then God help you, because those people that are hanging around you are not there because they actually care about you. They're there because you're affording that lifestyle and they can be part of it. If God forbid anything happens to your business and you have to rebuild, those people are not going to be there to motivate you and to tell you that they believe in you and they're going to stay there with you. No, they're going to walk all over you and pass on to the next person that can afford this kind of lifestyle. So as I said, God help you, because once you reach that point, you're going to realize that your life is so fucking empty. What I strived for, guys, all these years, what I still strive for is the smile of my mother, the smile on her face when I called her and told her that she doesn't have to worry about anything else in life because I'm here, she's my responsibility, and I'm going to take care of her. This is the thing that I strive for, and this is the thing that keeps me going every single day, that motivates me every day. My life has meaning, guys, and if you don't have something like that in your life and you're striving for materialistic shit, then I hope you find it. Alright, this will be the end of this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments as usual, and like it, turn on notifications, subscribe, all this shit, and good luck.